is Monday, December 11th. Time is 6:15. It's the Town of West Warwick Pension Board meeting. First order of business is going to be the prayer. Dear God, please give this board guidance. Please remember the members and the employees of the Town of West Warwick, especially Roland Kutu, who we lost this past year. And please keep the town and employees safe the coming year. Amen. Ed, will you lead us in Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next order of business is going to be the roll call.
David Lemoy,
Here.
Edward Fonseca,
Present.
Paul Bertrand,
Here.
Helene Anderson, Albert Herron.
Here. Quorum, item E, approval of minutes. Minutes from the November 30th, 2017 meeting. Any discussion on this?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Item F, executive session.
I make a motion that we enter into executive session.
What's the,
If I can do it, in accordance with the Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-4 and 42-46-5A2, the pension board will convene into executive session to discuss personnel issues and litigation.
motion's made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. If you just please excuse the board for a brief moment. We're just going to have an executive session.
All right, hold on, guys. Hopefully we have this fixed.
As far as that goes.
It's just a process that the board had drafted regarding how a recertification process would occur in a step-by-step manner. Who would be selected for recertification, how the recertification process would take place, and what would happen if the person was recertified as being able to be reemployed or not be able to be reemployed or to remain on a disabled status. And I know that there's some new board members who haven't had the opportunity to review that process. So if you want, you could email that all to the three new board members so that they can take a chance to review it before you submit it to the town council for review. I believe that the process had been put together because the town council had asked for a process for recertifying.
Right. Very good. Any action needed on that as far as emails being sent or?
No, you can just have Tracy just email it to everybody.
Very
And
good.
then they can table it.
Yeah, you can move to table it to January if you want.
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to table to January.
Second.
Motion's made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item P, profit search audit. This I brought up was a couple months ago, actually after the council had brought it up on their own agenda to look back and see if there was expenses that they could reconcile essentially. Did we get anywhere with that? I don't know if there's anything new on that. Profit search audit? Nothing?
I think at the last meeting, and I'm just going off
We
my
tabled.
memory, it was tabled, but wasn't, I don't know, what
Oh.
didn't John Semino say that
Yeah,
he needed to
he
speak
wanted
with
to
you
talk
about that?
with you about it.
Okay.
I don't know,
What about?
what about,
All right.
I just remember him saying it.
You can table it, and I can ask the new finance director what her thoughts are.
She's not present, right?
No.
Mr. Manager, do you have anything on that? Or anyone from the council as far as that profit search audit? Did nothing back from them yet?
Well, from the town perspective, they've been looking at it, I think they have recovered a small amount of money, I think somewhere $30,000.
Okay.
Maybe a little higher. Yeah,
All right.
a little over 30. I got the actual report about 2 weeks ago. It was 32,000. Majority of that was fuel taxes.
Really? Okay.
All majority, and then the other. When I say majority, I'm gonna say 29 out of 30,000. The other 1,000 was like WB Mason.
Okay.
Other than that.
All right. Yeah, I heard it from your meeting that it's essentially, there's no cost, they just kind of look through the documentation and
It's a
find
cost, they get a percentage of what
whatever they find, right? So we kind of looked at it as maybe something that could be feasible for the board to look into for our own, in case there were expenses that we had double paid or whatever, so that's what it's on the agenda, but I guess we should talk to finance on that one.
Okay.
Alright,
So you can table it and I'll send her an email.
okay, is there a motion for item B?
A motion table till January.
Second.
Motion's made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Okay, item Q, experience study. The question that I had for you, Tate, was,
Yep.
is the
Who
contract
signs?
in the packet, Tracy?
Yeah, yep, it's in your packet.
Yeah, who signed
Both
what?
of them.
So,
I put both of them.
and if this is privileged, it shouldn't be talked about in open, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm not gonna go into specifics, I just have a,
Yeah, the couple general questions.
Yeah. did you have a copy of it?
Yeah.
So basically, we were looking at the contract, and there's really, there's nothing as far as effective dates, what years we're gonna be looking at on here. So I just, I know this looks like a general
Sure.
agreement form
Sure,
that you
sure.
have. I just
Yeah.
didn't know if you can speak to that a little bit.
We can add that,
Okay.
if you want to. So what we've done, what, 2 of them now, Beth, since this started? So we've got 6 years of data that we've done previously.
Yep.
And we'll add 3 more years to it. So we will add, let me think about the dates here, right? So 2000, July 1, 16 to 17, 15 to 16, and 14 to 15. Those are the 3 new years that we've added to the 6 years prior to that we've done.
Okay.
What was those dates again?
So the 3 newest ones we'll add, we collected demographic data from 7/1/16 to 6/30/17, from 15 to 16, and from 14 to 15.
Because I've looked at both of these contracts, the newer one and then the older one, and like I say, there's a date on it when it's signed, but it doesn't tell you what it's covering or any
Sure.
time period or anything.
We can add that.
Yeah, it was just a question that the board had.
Absolutely, we'll just add the dates.
That way it's a little
Say,
easier.
hey, we're gonna cover, the data we'll look at will be from X to Y, and
Exactly.
just cover that. So
Great.
we can add that language in there easily.
And
Alright.
Thank you.
then we have a question, who signs what?
That's already answered typically by the chairman. of the
By
board.
Jim,
Yep.
okay. Right, thank you.
Was there any other
No.
questions from the board
I'm
on
fine.
the experience? Can we make a motion to approve that pending the addition of dates on the contract, or should we just table it? I don't know as far as how soon you need it signed.
Tracy, say, we'll email it to you guys, and if we do it at the next meeting, that's
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
For us,
January
yeah.
8th,
We'll,
and I
we'll
can
start
get
it.
back
and-
to you.
Great.
We cleared away the who's the sign and all that, we got
Yeah,
that
we-
straightened out,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Table it, I'll
Yeah.
put it on
okay,
January.
motion for item Q to table.
Make a motion to table item Q. Till next-
Second, my second,
Motion's made and seconded to table Q. All in favor?
aye.
Very good. Discussion, we deposited a check from Rockland in the amount of $7.41.
Oh, I just sent it to be deposited, I just wanted to show you.
Wow,
guys.
$7
I
and
don't know, it came in
41
from
cents.
citizens,
From Citizens.
but it was for some kind of settlement.
Yeah, it was
from
CBS.
Oh, yeah,
Reps
I-
out.
Yeah,
I just put it on, so I sent it to be deposited.
Okay. I have no questions with a $7 check.
7:41.
$7.41.
do we claim that?
I think it's in the fund, yeah.
Trying to go to the general fund.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Item S, public comments. Any comment from the public? Yes, Jerry, if you, just for the record, please. Thank you.
Jerry Tully, 136 Burlingame. You had discussed a workshop.
Yes.
Has a date been set?
January 8th, the next board meeting, we're gonna do an hour before.
I sent an email out to
Right, yeah,
the representatives.
sure.
Each group
6
has
o'clock?
sent one.
The meeting's gonna start at 6, but that is
The
gonna be
group
an hour
before?
prior
Okay.
at 5 p.m. on the 8th. Like I said, it's not gonna be fix all the problems in an hour. That's not the intent. It's
No,
more
I
just to get
realize
together
that.
and
It's just, I
more
know it was
dates will be set
discussed.
from there. Yep, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Any other comment?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Ms.
Diane Kelsey, 143 Burlingame. I actually have two questions.
Ma'am.
First, I have a question for the individuals from NIARC and their presentation. Thank you for your presentation. Based on, I know we don't all have crystal balls, but based on the information that you presented and what you foresee going forward, if reasonably the town puts their contribution in as they should based on amounts that have been agreed upon, do you project that we are going to be in decent shape, I should say, going forward? I know that's a difficult question because it's a lot of factors that come into play.
Sure.
But what could you tell us?
Yeah, no, I mean, I would actually, it's an easy question for me to answer, is if that chart we showed up there with the lines going up and stuff like that, if
Right.
those contributions are made, the plan will be in great shape.
Okay.
I can't think by 2039, you're 20% funded today, you would be 100% funded at that point in time. So for every dollar of liability, you'd have
Right.
a dollar of asset in there too. So assuming that is followed, I have no issues at all saying the plan would be in great shape.
Okay, so as long as all things being equal
I
and
think a better
we
question-
ensure that
I
the
think a better
town
question-
makes their contribution.
Right. Just to add it, a better question might be, what if the ARC is not met? What can we expect?
So if the contributions that we showed on there aren't
Like
met,
how far is this gonna go where we're 100% funded?
that's where it gets a little tougher to say,
Right.
well, it depends on how short are you.
Right.
Are you making 80 or 90% of the contribution, or are you making half of it? And that'll greatly swing that out there.
Right.
In general, and this is just a generic comment, but if we see a plan, even if the plan's 80% funded, I can have a very different opinion of that plan because it's based on what's going to be happening in the future. So if the plan sits there at 80% funded, but I know that the town or whatever it is committed to making the necessary contributions going forward, then I would say that plan's in pretty good shape. I can also look at a plan that's 80% funded though, and if I know it doesn't really matter what we come back with a recommended contribution, they're not going to be able to make it, that plan I'd look at and say, they're in trouble and they need to do something about it. So it really just depends on what that level of contribution is.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And I have one suggestion that I'd like the board maybe consider. Every month, you have an executive session that falls some way in the first half of the meeting, which is odd. Now, I believe the town council handles it this way. Is it possible to have your meeting maybe start at 6 and go immediately into executive session, whereby the regular meeting would maybe be 6:45?
Right. We've discussed it ourselves, and that is definitely where we want to head. It's just getting together, getting the new board together, and making that change needs
Right.
to
I
happen.
just think it's so odd
Yeah,
that we
it's
start a
inconvenient.
meeting and then
Get up and leave.
get up
come
and
back.
leave and then come back, and you kind of lose your train of thought a little bit, but
Do you suggest for a start time for the open meeting then? Because the executive part can vary.
it can.
You said 6:45, but what
So-
if it's only 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
Right, because once you designate a certain time, that's when you have to begin. So,
Could we do it at the end?
There's going to be a better way.
and I know you're all here, and you don't want to stay that late, but I'm thinking the other suggestion, and it depends on everyone's, life and what their responsibilities are, but have an executive session scheduled from 5 to 6, and then
Right.
6 is going to be the regular meeting anyway. You're going to be doing that to do some, planning coming forward, but could you possibly even consider that?
You can definitely consider it, yeah.
And then just everyone knows when they get here, okay, we're going
It's
right
gonna be
into
a
meeting.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to do it the way we do it.
It doesn't,
I
it just doesn't seem to be working.
I understand what you're saying,
Mhm.
you're still gonna wait, cause if you come here.
Yes, you are.
What if it's only 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, or 40 minutes, we're in the session,
The only,
somebody's gonna come, they're still gonna wait, cause they're not sure what time it's gonna start, and they don't wanna miss it.
But once
Going
you,
at the end would be a better way.
just to address that,
Mhm.
if we put, 6 PM as the start time for the open meeting, we can't start at like 5:30.
correct.
But if
Right.
executive
Yes.
session only took a half hour, we would have to wait.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of issues for you to even,
Oh, yeah, we could take
you
up
know,
an hour.
look at, you know, even if you, you know, handle the executive meeting shorter. So, you know, that would be my only suggestion, if you could at least consider it.
I just have a quick comment on that.
Mhm.
Is Tracy, I was just thinking of our union meetings. The executive session is 4:30 to 5, whatever it is, and then
Right.
the meeting is at 5.
Yeah, we do the same. Yep.
And you just wait, you know, the start time is 5, whatever they have to do in executive session, you might be a little later on the meeting,
Sure.
but it's not waiting, like you say, kicking you out for half an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, if you could
So-
kind of consider some of those options,
I could put
we
that-
greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can make our own agendas, changes
I can
anyway.
just change it.
Yeah, we don't have to have action to do that, correct? We just make
Dave
our own
has it.
agenda.
Oh, yeah, you can
I
plan
can
the
just
agenda
change
however you
it.
want.
Thank you.
How you doing? Congratulations to the 2 new board members.
Thank you.
One thing that we do, we go through our solicitor, so if the town manager or somebody says we need an executive session, I usually ask, how long do we need?
Okay.
Okay, so if it's, and normally our start time is at 7 sharp. We sometimes will go over by 10, 15 minutes, there's no, but at least I know tonight and a couple other times that I've come here, tonight I know I was in Cranston West at a basketball game for my daughter. I left at halftime to get here, only to go out in the
Have to
hall,
wait,
when I
right.
probably could have watched the entire
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And that's what I had my conversation with some individuals outside. So what I do is I just ask the solicitor, how long do you think this is gonna take? If they say a half hour,
Set that
So,
time aside ahead of that.
at least I
meeting.
know from 6 to 6:30, you guys have executive session. I'm not rushing home from dinner, or anybody's not rushing home trying to get here for 6 o'clock when they're gonna be standing out in the hallway for a half hour, at least they're getting a half hour of their life back.
Right.
I know you guys have your due diligence and your lives too, but it's just a matter
Yeah.
of how to handle it.
Yeah,
We appreciate
absolutely.
what
Thank
you're
you.
saying.
Thank you.
I just want to take this time to thank our council president, Dave Gosselin, for attending this meeting. And, you look different without your suit on. And Councilman D'Amico, and Ernie, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last name? Zemlinsky? How's that, huh? Thank you. Thank you for attending this meeting. I hear a lot about you. No, good stuff, good stuff.
All good.
But thank you again,
Yes,
Councilman
thank you,
D'Amico.
Then you can do
So-
the agenda however you want.
So you
Yeah.
think
I'm
that-
just gonna put it at the beginning.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a perfect procedure. Estimate the executive session time and add it before.
so-
We'll
I know,
probably
just
start our
keep in
meeting
mind
at
for
7.
January, you have
We could do that, or we could.
5 o'clock redraft, and just for January.
Well, January will be different, right?
Right, yeah.
Maybe January, we can just do that at the end,
on
since we got the hour.
On the executive session, is there stuff that we need to address before the meeting, that way?
Yeah.
it's at the
Yeah,
beginning?
that's why I usually want to.
So, I'm in total agreement now, we need
Yeah.
to wait for you, like, Mr. Goslin said, you know, people have lives, so
Absolutely.
if we're able to, just make it time, just make it official or whatever,
Mhm.
I'm totally for that for the next set of meetings there.
You could try for January, 5 o'clock redraft, 6 o'clock executive session,
And then
6:30
7
meeting,
Yeah, we
and
can do that.
Yep.
So we
see.
have-
Same thing, we
Yeah.
post our executive session from 6 to whatever. And it does, if we do finish early, it is sometimes tough, like 6:30,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, we're sitting around as a council for a half hour,
sure.
but that was because we got through very
Yeah.
quickly, man.
Right.
But
That's a good thing.
normally, we try 6:30 or 6:15, and then
Yeah,
start at
move
7.
into the, yeah.
So do I have to post 2 agendas?
you would post
That's
the
what I guess I'm
executive
asking,
session.
right? I have to
Yeah.
post,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna be
3.
posting 3
3.
for
For
January.
January,
That's
yeah.
fine, that's fine. I just wanna do it
January-
right. It's always
January, we
that
have
one
that
time.
5 to 8 for the redraft.
No, 5
No,
to
5 to
6.
six.
I mean,
and then I'll
5 to
do-
6, sorry, 5 to 6.
Yeah,
So we
Okay.
can't do both at the same time.
right.
You could do 5 to 6, 6 to 6:30, and then 6:30, and see how that goes. Just do the half an hour for executive session in the middle.
We'll try that for January, and then if we have bigger items, I might have to
Maybe
do
do the
6 to
meeting
7.
6:30 or
or
right.
something.
Right,
We'll
depending
figure
on
it
how
out.
the
That's how I'll do
executive
January.
session looks.
That's fine.
All right, any other public comments? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Make a motion that we end the session.
Adjourn?
Adjourn.
Adjourn. I wanna watch the Patriots play.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
I forgot there was even a game tonight.
Oh, go watch the
Oh,
match.
Tracy,
Forgot that.
Hey, great job. I'll tell you.